What was your experience running FXPIG, and how will that help build CoinMetro? And the second part of that is, from FXPIG to CoinMetro, has there been any challenges or things that have gotten in the way? How have you overcome them? And then what's been the overall experience going from FXPIG to crypto CoinMetro?
Okay, sure. So actually that question should be, how is your experience of running FXPIG? Because I still run the business.
That's true.
Has it changed? Well, look, with every business, I've had a lot of businesses, both online and offline, since I was about 16 or 17 years old. So I think all businesses have a lot of things in common. You're always going to see growing pains. There's always crises that pop up, fires that pop up that need to be put out. I think what you learn over time essentially is that nothing is ever perfect. Most things need to be tweaked as you go, regardless of how much effort you put in to make them perfect. So what you should take from that is that you need to be flexible. And you need to make sure that everything, the processes you create, the protocols and the systems you create are flexible and scalable, because you really never know when you may hit a problem. You need to have redundancy. You need to make sure that regardless of what happens in your business, you're able to overcome and move on. So FXPIG grew from pretty much having 3 clients, I think, on its initial day one in 2010 before we went public. We're still a niche company, so we've actually never done advertising for FXPIG. It's a much different, well, there's similarities obviously, but there's also a much different scope in how we grew the business. Because at that time, FXPIG still trades some of its own funds, so we make a good deal of our income off of our own trading. So we never really looked to expand like we're looking to expand with CoinMetro. We tried to keep it very niche. It was more like a close-knit community, so to speak. However, there's a lot of similarities, especially in the tech and other things. I think I'm going off on a tangent, so I'm going to just ask you again. I think the second part of that question was how we're going to apply that maybe to CoinMetro.
Sure.
Or the similarities. Okay, so the similarities are this. Obviously, the sector, very similar. We built at FXPIG order management systems, fixed compliant engines, fixed servers, matching engines, a lot of the same components that we will create for CoinMetro. So we have a lot of experience creating those. We know the pitfalls. We know to make them modular and scalable. You'll see a lot of issues right now around the industry with people closing their doors to new clients, not being able to service fiat currencies, not being able to go through KYC in less than a month. All those things really happened because more than likely their system was not modular. They could not scale it without having to pull it offline. And not to mention that they weren't ready with just their general support, the amount of people that they actually employ in their business. So all those things we've been through with FXPIG. Even though we're a small company, we've definitely gone through scaling issues, so we've learned how to deal with those. And we have the hindsight of being 2020 in this situation, so we can see what's happening to these current exchanges and make sure that we're adapting to that even before we go to market.